December 2nd, 2021. We are here at the location of our restaurant number 5 and 6. We've got the keys and we're looking at a Baskin-Robbins and Popeyes split. Going to be a little bit more challenging for the guys who are doing demolition because we've got hardwood laid over the concrete. I don't imagine that there's a basement here. But yeah, let's take a quick look. You know, the usual. I think that we're going to take that Corona stuff down. It's not going to really suit Baskin-Robbins or Popeyes. I do like this bar pub table thing, and I wish that that would be able to stay, but I sincerely doubt that that's going to happen. We are hoping to be able to keep this hood vent, and we'll see what happens with that, because Popeyes needs one regardless. January 9th, 2022. And we are over on the Baskin-Robbins side now. And as you can see, they've started to do some markings on the ground, which I can only assume, if we looked at the drawings, that would be for counters. If you can imagine, when you come in, this would be counter. I would be a cashier. I would be a cashier here. You would be a customer. This would be our counter space.
There'll probably be ice cream around here.
Exactly, obviously. Wow, Caden, at Baskin-Robbins you have ice cream. You're a little genius. Yeah, and this is designating, yeah, Caden, they're doing it. They're actually laying out everything here. They're laying out bathroom. They're laying out bathroom walls. You're a Lego genius, you can imagine what they're doing here. They're laying it all out. Cool. Cool. Nice wall. Not sanded. But that's how they do it. They don't sand it. They let the painters sand it. January 16th, 2022. We are here at the new Baskin-Robbins construction site. And as you can see, they have roughed in the plumbing and now are waiting for city approval before they finalize. And as I said in my last video, and as I told you guys last time, kids, after the city inspector, who is in charge of plumbing, comes and finalizes this and says this is okay, then what do?
They put concrete over it.
They concrete over it. And then when is it accessible ever again? Never. You have to rip up the concrete. So if any mistakes are made right now, and they're concreted over, what do they have to do if there's a big mistake? Rip up the concrete. So that's why they get a city inspector to come and check it out, make sure everything's okay, and then they put the concrete over it. So it's not a joke, and now is the time. You know, if somebody's gonna see mistakes, they want to see them now. So this is main plumbing. If you want to see what city plumbing looks like main plumbing out to the city, then take a look. You'll see toilet plumbing, you'll see sewage, you'll see stink pipe. Stink pipe is the air relief so that there's not a suction lock. Floor drains. And then ultimately it goes out to the city sewage drain at some point. So the question is, where is the main city sewer drain? And I think that would be this guy here. Cool. So remember, there was a problem over here where they had a grease trap there. So Grandpa Aziz actually had that torn out and then concreted over to make a proper floor there. So yeah, this is super familiar. Okay, I know that you guys have been in many restaurants, so where do you think the bathrooms are going to be? And where do you think the slop sink is going to be? Where do you think the kitchen is? Cool. January 23rd, 2022. We're doing the Baskin-Robbins construction site update. We have the plumbing approved by the city of St. Catharines and concreted over, and they've put full-on inch-thick plywood up on the wall to hang things from, and I really do admire that. Because as we know, drywall will sag over time. Yeah, it's compressed chalk. Good for some things, but not a lot. And they've started roughing in all the electrical wires, which is pretty cool. I like the new plastic outlets here. I like how the guys are getting creative instead of running nonsensical extra pieces of steel stud framing. A lot of plywood here, little pieces of plywood, which I admire. I like that. It's cool, yeah. It's coming along. I see where the deep freezer is going to go. People are ordering pizza. I'm going to take a quick pan around here. So it's all coming together. It's all happening. Grease trap in here. And I thought this was funny. Hot fudge warmer. 15 amps. All right, they got it all figured out. Hot fudge warmer. You're writing it right there, so there's no confusion. Cool. Yeah, we're coming along. Today is January 30th, and over at Baskin-Robbins, we've got drywall going up. All the drywall's going up. I hung up some signs today. Now hiring. Call us here, and I trimmed off these signs right here, as well as this sign here. Put up another now hiring sign there. And nothing much to report over at Popeyes, but Baskin-Robbins, they've got the drywalls going up. Working on a Sunday. Kudos to them. January 31st, 2022. Last day of January. We are here in what is going to be the new Baskin-Robbins. You can see the HVAC has been roughed in. None of that flex pipe. Man, that stuff is crappy. We got actual metal HVAC, and drywall is up. As you guys might remember, there's inch thick wood behind there to hold things and hang things. Now we can start seeing where the bathrooms are going to be. Mud is drying and cracking. That's another issue. All right, I feel like I'm in a bathroom. I'm guessing there's one bathroom, one guest bathroom. We got the wires in there. Going back to prep station and walk-in fridge. Got a slop sink there. Got some actual walls back here. Cool. It is coming along. Once they get the skyjack out of here, I guess the tilers could start working alongside the painters. And final electrical work. I guess this is why our drywaller friend was working on the weekend, because he had a lot to do. I don't like to critique other people's drywall because I know how difficult drywalling is. But those are some mangled corners. All right, everybody. Well, that's it. Baskin-Robbins, February 12th, 2022. I was telling the kids that they would probably see some tile work down when they came in here, and sure enough, tile work. I like that the drywaller cleaned up his corners here. I like that. Yeah, tiles down. You can see where there's going to be a clear delineation between the counter where you order the ice cream and whatnot. They have made this orange wall paint ready, got in the T-bar for the drop ceiling. And yeah, as I said last time, the HVAC was roughed in. Still no flexi tube HVAC for the final vent out, but we'll get there. And we'll go into the bathroom here. You can see sink, toilet. Cool. Got a pretty big bathroom there. Again, the T-bar. And we have some electrical wiring up in the ceiling. Some of the main trunks of the wiring components. We've got basically all the tile done. Some minor corners left to do here. And other side of a grease trap here. We've got something leaking. We've got water on the floor from something up top. Where? I see where the tape is. Okay. Well, they did just install that giant giant water heater. See the water heater up there? Yeah, so there's a new water heater installed there. We're trying to trace the source of this puddle on the floor. Anyway, I'm sure that won't be an issue moving forward, but as far as right now, yeah, there's a tiny puddle on the floor. That is a pretty cool water heater, I got to admit. I like it. I like that water heater. And then this is all going to be walk-in freezer section here. We've got the slop sink, as I said in a few videos back, that would be the slop sink. I just had a hunch about it. Yeah, so tiling is almost done here. They've got a sideways tile here, which they're going to have to rip up and start again, I guess, at the back. That happens. People step on tiles when they're hardening. But overall, I think these tilers are doing pretty good. Tiling is an art, you know. So good for them. Cool. Some progress for the Baskin-Robbins side. We've got concrete here. They've built up the floor around their plumbing that's underground, and they've got the grease trap receded in the floor there. And is it receded too much? I don't know. Is it receded just enough? I don't know. But it's definitely receded, which might be a problem going forward. But you can see you have ground level here, and then it's the grease trap is about 1.5 inches under ground level. So I don't want to get into a situation where you wind up just constant pooling water on top of the grease trap. That happens, and we've seen that. So overall, minor little details. Looks good. Sunday, February 20th, 2022, we are here at the Baskin-Robbins new construction site. And as you can see, we've got the diamond tiles up on the wall and a lot of tile work to be done. And we're going to take you through it real quick. The floor is mostly done. And so we're just showcasing some extra tile work here that needs to be done. I still have an issue with, you know, we built this wall as a partition wall between the two restaurants, and my concern is what is stopping water from getting through underneath the wall and creating a mold problem. Now, this is what I guess they are suggesting that we do. Cove tiles at the bottom and then grout and mortar. But we all know that over time the grout is going to crack, the mortar is going to crack, and water will find its way under that drywall, and that's my concern, especially because we paid to have it done. My concern, I'm voicing it. I hope that it gets taken care of, maybe some epoxy cove corners, but, you know, I'm just saying as a point that grout and mortar in a cove tile is not going to work in the long run. It's going to crack. We all know it. I don't know why we're pretending that it's not going to crack, because we've all seen cracked tiles and we've all seen cracked grout. All right, going into the bathrooms. Looking at the T-bar ceiling here, all the drop ceiling. We got a bathroom door now, and this contractor is really hustling to get this done because look at this tile. The floor is all done, even grouted. He's got the tile stuck to the wall with mortar. He's got his spacers in there holding it, and he's done his clever little O's everywhere. Oh, tile. But yeah, he just needs to grout that. Yeah, and that's about it. I'm really impressed with the tile work overall. It's a lot of tile work. So again, water over time is going to get under even this. He can, mortar it and caulk it and grout it however he wants. We all know that over time water is going to get under that. But I'm not too concerned about that because that's the corner store. Although, honestly speaking, now would be the time to mention that because we don't want the next door neighbors complaining about us about having water go under there at night and then having a big problem over there. So now would be the time to bring up, like, how are we going to actually waterproof that? They're doing a good tile job, don't get me wrong, but what we're talking is waterproofing each side of the units. So people don't understand that we mop every single night. And sometimes do more than mop. But it's tough to keep restaurants clean, right? The tile work is really good. Still got this recessed grease trap. And the same on the other side, there's a recessed grease trap that's going to have to get sorted out. Cool. February 27th, 2022. We're here on the Baskin-Robbins construction site location. As you can see, first thing that you notice when you walk in is that there's some drop ceiling in, LED lights, T-bar. I noticed the HVAC is on, roughed in, and still we need to have the drop ceiling vents installed with the flexible tubing. And the other thing I noticed right away is that to the tiling on the walls and on the floors looks like it's done or very close to done. You've got some actual finished outlets in there, just need the plastic coverings. They've built up the floor drain. They've built up the slope around the floor drain by the looks of it. I don't know if that was intentional. So it'll pool, the water will pool into the floor drain. And then this, as we've talked about before, is going to be an ongoing issue unless we cover that somehow in a way that water isn't just pooling in there. Anyway, not going to harp on the floor drains. Yeah, I've talked about this before, but in the corner there, I'm concerned that water eventually will get through the cracked mortar and grout and go under the wall. Same thing on this side. I'm concerned that eventually when the corner cracks, water is going to get under the wall. And if you've paid for the wall, the partition wall to be installed, that'll be a real bummer if you find out there's oh wow, we've got power. We've got roughed in power, my friends. How's that? They've got all the spacers and whatnot out of here. So I'm assuming, cool. I guess we could go back into the bathroom with lights on now. Neat. Let's see if we can see any electrical tape in there. No. No, and it's not that I'm harping on the guys. It's just that it's common practice, I guess, not to do that anymore. We've got some drywall grout in that outlet and no electrical tape on the screw terminals. Yeah, well, that needs to be fixed, but that's just my opinion. Cool. Minor details now. That's your update for today. March 6th, 2022. Here we are at Baskin-Robbins. As we were saying last time, we've got some of the outlets finished. None of them have electrical tape around the terminals yet, which I was telling you this before. See all the terminals? Those are in metal boxes, and if somebody jiggles that outlet, you're going to be jiggling those terminals, which are live, against the metal box. We've got some of the wiring getting finished up here. The internet, Ethernet. Look at this, FRP sheets. Those are new, FRP sheets. Got the walk-in cooler freezer here. Obviously not functional yet, but it's in there. It's a lot of work to actually get one of these finished, believe it or not. To get one of them installed, that's the easy part. So that'll be all the space that's left. FRP sheets, that's cool. And then bathroom will be still done. Lights are on. There we go. Turn that light off. Outlets being done. Surface being prepped for paint. I can hear the HVAC on and humming. And T-bar in, LEDs in. Some minor stuff like HVAC has to be finished, obviously. The ceiling tiles have to be put in. Still a problem with the grease traps. Yeah, that's just going to pool water. That's going to be a huge problem. Cool. March 8th, 2022. Here at the construction site for restaurant number 5, hashtag restaurant number 5. And we have the Bell guys, the contractor showed up, installed the internet Wi-Fi. I guess I could connect to the Wi-Fi here, and I brought a stool from my office and some plastic wrap to get all this stuff off the floor. I don't know if you guys know how contractors are, but sometimes they can be a little bit messy. I just turned the heat on. All the lights have been left on by a previous contractor. Control for the heat had the batteries knocked out of it, so I put it back in and set it up to 65 Fahrenheit. And I can smell that the heat is on. You know that smell? I think I'm going to turn some of these lights off. And I'm assuming this is a thermostat as well for the back. Not wired in yet. Heat. Yeah. Okay. Let's turn some of these lights off. I don't know who left the lights on, but it was not I. And this is the bathroom. Currently got some insulation in there, FRP sheets. Yeah. Coming along. Ice cream here, get your ice cream. Ice cream here, get your ice cream. Baskin Robbins ice cream is going to go in there. Neat. There's countertops. And fridges. Neat. March 13th, 2022. We've got the grandkids in here. And the franchisee's grandkids are going to serve ice cream. Hey, I need some ice cream. Where are the vegan options? Some of the decor for the walls are going up, which looks pretty good. Again, when I was just saying about drywall, I mean, what would be the point of finishing this drywall all the way to the floor when it's just going to get covered with this? You're just wasting your time, right? So that's why it's good to look at the blueprints and look ahead. Look at this. Kind of sticking out there. But that's a giant DeWalt saw. Yeah, we're going to leave the lights off. I'm not sure why they keep leaving all the lights on. So, oh, let's go check out the toilet. Turn on the lights. There's a light in there. All right, new toilet. And the sink. Oh, and drop ceiling. And sprinkler. Okay, cool. So this just needs what? Outlets to be finished. This has to be a GFI. I know that. You guys know that. Grandpa Aziz watching this video knows that. That has to be upgraded to GFI. That's code, and I don't understand why
They have to do those two things.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. Yeah, the light has to be properly hung. Again, that's not a big deal. Cool. We shouldn't have to tell electricians how to do their jobs when it comes to installing things. That looks awesome. This grease trap is still recessed, whereas on the other side at on the other side at Popeyes, they've raised it. So I hope that this one gets the same treatment. And all of these outlets have to be upgraded to GFI, every single one. And the electrician knows that now. Cool. Cool. Drain. That has to be GFI. So the walk-in fridge freezer door is closed. I don't think it's on. But let's open it up and find out. Go ahead, open it up and see if it's on. Stick your nose in there or something. Tell me if it's cold. I don't think it's on. No. Is it cold in there? No. No, it's not on. Not on yet. Well, we'll get there. T-bar has been done all the way to the back, and they've started filling in the ceiling tiles. Good for them. Cool. Some of the cupboards have been finished in here, like this cupboard here has been hung, which looks really nice. Although, I mean, like, who's going to reach up that high? Who's going to be reaching up that high, by the way? Not me. Hopefully they cover those sloppy screw holes, but that's just my opinion. They could caulk that. I'm in the brand new walk-in freezer and cooler. We're about to turn it on. I'm just finishing up sanitizing it. All right, everybody, it is Wednesday, March 30th. We're at the back door of the new Baskin-Robbins in St. Catharines at 343 Glendale Ave. Now we're gonna go into the deep freezer. We have a lot of ice cream, a whole lot. And we're walking through the manager's office now. Camera monitors. We're walking through where the cakes are made if you wind up getting cakes. Cakes are prepped right there, and they're held right here. I'm not going to open that because all those temperatures are very important to keep everything nice and frozen. This is where all the ice cream sits that you order, your toppings, specialty cones, some cakes that were already made, ice cream that you can come in and just pick up and grab and walk out of here. Now you're at the front. You can see our balloons. We're pretty much done. Having a soft open tomorrow, Thursday. We're going into the bathroom now. Handicap access. Turn on the light. Everything rocks. Turn off the light. The rest is automatic. Now we're back into the staff only managers area. And I'm going to turn off the lights and get out of here. There's the lights. So, that's it. Soft open tomorrow, 11 a.m. That'll be Thursday the 31st. soft open. And I appreciate everybody who supports our family, and I appreciate you guys coming out tomorrow if you can. And I'm super thankful for the people who have followed me on Twitter and watched it happen. Imagine, this used to be half of a Wild Wings. The other half is next door. And we're making another restaurant out of that. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about what's going on right here. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Another one.